I think the biggest challenge was to be taken seriously, because you, because publishing is, when I was entering it, even now it's an old man's place. People who have retired, who are done with their life, they come, all the writers come, and now they want to write. Because writing, mein people are like paise kaise bane. That's like the first thing, right? Paise kaise banenge. So you're writing, so they all retire and then they start writing. So when I entered, everyone was very old, and all the aspiring writers or the authors that I had met were also old. So I was very, obviously, no one would take me seriously because, first of all, I was a young kid around the block, and obviously my writing was not good enough. That also was the point. And third of all is that I think, I think there was no support also because I didn't have any godfather. So I mean, it's not really a nepotistic uh, thing. I mean, publishing is not really as much as, I mean, the other industries out there. But even then, if I would have gotten some support from inside, it would have helped us, right? So I didn't. So that kind of like took some time, and that introduction took some time, and But yeah, I mean, as long as you have the talent and the perseverance, I think definitely one can achieve anything. Huh. So Sinbad is for the younger audience, I guess. It's more on the focus of, it's more of a Rick Riordan kind of a. I'm writing the sequel actually, so that's going to come out probably by October. It was supposed to come out in actually April, but because of COVID and everything, now all my books have been delayed. And Kanna was one of my most important books. It's also on Audible, and definitely I think that book is something very close to me because it deals with anxiety, and and I think it's that and panic disorder, which kind of is because I had one, so I wrote it during that time when I had it, and it kind of that sort of to see, and whenever I would feel down, I would feel like I've lost in life, I would always go back to those chapters, and Kanna felt like that, and how he succeeded, So I think it gave me a lot of motivation, and I personally feel that book, whoever has read it, and I'm so lucky. For none of my books, especially except for the first one, Kalki, none of my books I got so many fan mails as much as I'm getting for Kanna. Every day I think I would get a fan mail. Regarding my future books, I think one is the book Prahlad is gonna come, which is the Narsimha trilogy's third part. So it'll come with the Audible. I think it'll sync with Audible release as well, and then Sinbad 2 will come. I think one of the most important things would be just to like kind of at the end of the day, it all boils down to content, right? So no matter how much money you would spend on marketing, or how much money you would spend on publishing, if you're going the self-publishing route, I mean, one of the most important things is that your content should be good, and the content should have quality. And what I would suggest is be patient. I think to any aspiring writer, or that's something I would have told myself. Don't rush into getting your book out there. I think just get the writing as perfect as you can, because a reader will not judge you for that you're a 14-year-old or you're 70-year-old. They will judge you for the fact that whether the story is good enough or not. So if the story is brilliant, even if you're 12 years old or 14 years old, definitely you might not sell a lot, because obviously you won't have that much of I would say it'll take some time, because it's not an overnight thing, but definitely you'll get a cult-like following, a kind of like a fan base where people will be waiting for you, rooting for you next time. Yeah. Writing tips, I think just read. It would be one. That's a big writing tip, because without reading you cannot. And read and observe. I guess read and observe. That will be the first one, because reading is not just about reading it. Acha maza aaya. It's also about understanding how the kind of like the reader, kind of the writer is trying to tell you the story. How J.K. Rowling probably has created a character and why she created. So ask why, be curious, So just read / listen, because now Audible bhi aa gaya hai. So just read / listen and observe. I think that would be the first point. Second point would be is to remember character is the backbone of your story. तुम कितना भी अच्छा plot लिख लो, अगर character में दम नहीं है तो people will not be close to close to the story. You will not be emotional towards it. And the third part is, I would say, writing tip mein is to never think that you're good enough. I think art is art when you criticize it. If you stop criticizing it, then it stops becoming an art. So, so I think keep learning from it. I would say first book is Alchemist. I think I read it when I was 13 or 14 years old. Godfather, I read it the same time. Alchemist, Godfather. I would say the Percy Jackson series. Again, I'm going to be recommending what I personally felt, I guess, right? So Percy Jackson series, I think. That's all the books actually, but like I'm just putting it into one. And then I think yes, Devotion of Suspect X by Kiga Higashino. Amazing book, love that book, I think. And I would say I think Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive. So that's great. So yeah. So these are more fictional, I guess. Yeah, except for Alchemist, more fictional. So yeah, I'm more into fiction, even though I read a lot of biographies. Now I've started reading them. So yeah.